he does so well. He's just trying to relax the bowler, get his field in exactly the right place.
I've made the best team I could have made. It's a good team. All I need to do is win this. And once I win, I'll make 2 lakh and all my problems, all my losses will be recovered. I'm in second position. If he hits a 6 on the next ball, I'll win the game. He'll bowl a short ball. Fine leg fielder is outside the circle. But the mid-on fielder is inside. He'll bowl a Yorker. No, short ball. No, Yorker. Short ball? Yorker? Oh God, he'll bowl a length ball!
In the air, man out there, is it over his head? I think it is. No! Right on the edge.
India win the most amazing series by playing magnificent cricket.
Something was definitely wrong here. I mean, this guy is unhappy even though India won because he lost money in fantasy sport. And like him, crores of Indians lose money a little bit every day. And crores of Indians think that they can earn or win that 1 crore rupees. So we have these games coming up. The Copa America, the Euros and T20. So we thought fantasy sport's gonna be a little hot and it could be injurious to your financial health. So we thought we'll de-influence it. In this episode, we'll talk about the good and the bad because clearly no one else will tell you. Let's begin. Namaskar, aaj ki samachar. Give me the news. So, we have rickshaw driver wins 1.5 crore in fantasy sport app. Bihar man wins 1.5 crore in fantasy sport app again. 8th grade dropout wins 1.5 crore on a cricket fantasy sport app despite having no knowledge of cricket. Now reading news like this, you'll think, damn, I should also play this game and maybe I can win something. In fact, there are a lot of winners who win 1 lakh, 50,000, 5 lakhs and it feels that some friend of friend earned it and this game of skill is really interesting. Now, I agree, it is interesting, but there's also another side. Can I have the other side? The headlines say, cricket fan on platform loses 70,000 rupees to fraudsters. Fantasy sport apps, Indians have new online gaming addiction and they are losing big. Youth loses cousins 2.6 lakh rupees on an app for fantasy sports, then calls Meerut police to say he was robbed. And then we have posts on Reddit and Twitter, people talking about how they've lost lakhs and lakhs of rupees on fantasy sport. Remember, I'm not saying fantasy sport is bad. It's your behavior on an app that feels so thrilling that compels you to make you lose lakhs of rupees when it was just a game for entertainment only, and that's what it's built for. So let's understand how fantasy sport actually works. It's pretty simple. It's a fantasy. Let's suppose we have T20 upcoming and there is a match happening tomorrow. All you need to do is create a set of 11 players from those 22 players. Now remember, you have created your own team. This team doesn't exist. You selected the team. Now, when the match is actually going on, based on actual performance, you will get points based on how your team performs. And the team that wins, which could be your team, captures the grand prize. Wait, before getting to the grand prize, let me explain how the business model works. So, like I said, let's suppose that we have an actual match happening tomorrow and you've created your 11 Loka team. Actually, now this 11 team will actually get points based on what's happening in the real world. So you'll watch the actual match. But to enter this, you have to enter a contest. For tomorrow's match, there will be hundreds of contests running, all with different amounts to enter. So let's suppose I pick the one which is affordable, 50 rupees. And I can see 1.5 crore people are participating in this one contest. And I also enter by putting just 50 rupees. But the interesting thing is that the first prize over here is 1 crore rupees, which means by simply spending 50 rupees to enter the contest, enjoying the match, and if I win, I could win 1 crore rupees. Nice. And the business model is pretty simple. This is how you can win. How does the fantasy sport app win? Very simply, from the total prize pool, which is all the people participating multiplied by the 50 rupees, you come to a prize pool. Now, of course, GST, vagara, all that will remove, but what's left of it? Over there, 15 to 20% is taken by the platform. It's a simple platform fee, which seems a little high, 15-20%, not bad. And jo bach jata hai, the money that's left over, is divided amongst the winners. Simple. So let's talk about probability. Numbers, quantitative. You know what I'm saying, right? Itna contest ho raha hai. I mean, let's put some numbers to it and understand how much money we can actually make. So the probability, catch, of you winning is actually really low. Like me, if I play, the chances of me hitting that ball is 100%.
Yeah, sir. Half the time you miss the ball.
ठीक है, 50%. But anyway, 50% is not bad. The question is, what are the chances of you winning an actual contest? So first you have to select players. Now the rules state that you can't select all players from one team. There has to be 4 from each team at least, then you can create. Now if you do the math, this is about 6.5 lakh combinations of different teams that can be built. That's a lot. 6.5 lakh combinations. Then we also have one more variable, which is selection of the vice captain and the captain. Now, if you add that, that's about 110 variations. So if you multiply these two combinations, you get, wait for it, 7.1 crore combinations. Crazy. Now let's talk about the probability of you winning. Like my hit rate of the bat and the ball is, देखो अभी तक it's 100%, but चलो, over a period of time it's 50%. The chances of you winning is basically you, that's 1, divided by all the people in the contest, that's 1.5 crores. It's basically 0.00006 something percent. To put this into perspective, the chance of you getting hit by lightning is 10 times more than you winning that contest. So the chances of you winning probabilistically is really low. And I think this is why so many people end up losing so much money, because they don't understand the probability of winning, actually the probability of loss. All they see is, I'm losing 50 rupees, I could make so much, let's do it. So why are people actually playing if so many people are losing so much? There must be something to it, right? So I think there are two aspects. The first is, what if I told you, spend 50 rupees for a contest and have the chance to make 1 crore rupees? You'll do it, na? It sounds interesting. Thoda, एक बार try करने में क्या जाता है ना? कर लेते हैं ना? And once you start, you feel that you were close and you feel, maybe I should have made a better selection, I'll try once more. And then you try again. But at some point, you may think that these numbers, right, of 1.5 crore people playing is too much. So let's enter a contest जहाँ पे there are only 10 people. That's right, 10 people. So the probability of you winning has increased a lot because you are one, there are 9 other people, there are only 10 people in that contest. So the probability of you winning is not 0.00000 whatever. It's much better. There are only 10 people. Because the probability went up, the prize money changed too. It's not 1 or 2 crore rupees. It's not even 1 lakh. In this case, it's only 50,000. So now you tell me, even if you lost over here, you would actually lose the entire amount of 10,000 rupees. Your probability may have gone up, but your reward is also low. Now, it's really important to understand the psychology of the player who's playing the fantasy sport. So let's go in his shoes a little bit. And I want to show you a little bit of my cricket skills, okay? Nice. Second ball. Thanks, guys. Third ball. Not bad. Fourth. Catch me. Fifth ball. That honestly feels really good. And this is exactly what happens when you play a fantasy sport. So you start off by creating your first team. You maybe spent 50 rupees on the first contest. No big deal. To create that team, you go into the sabermetrics, into the metrics of the batting, the opener, the pitch, the location, the mood, what's happening. You look at the fastest bowlers, the slower bowlers, the spinners, and you create the perfect team. You feel like Professor creating, not the Powerpuff Girls, but your team. And you are slightly proud of it because you put so much effort and time into it. This is also called sunken cost, and you feel something is beautiful because you created it. You built this team this is your team and you're really proud of it. When you're actually watching the game, the thrill goes up. The ball goes and you were right. The spinner did make that other guy go bold and you got those points. And you asked your friend, Tera rank kya hai? Your rank is slightly better. Maybe your skill is better. And galti se, if you're able to earn 70 rupees from that 50, you feel maybe you have a knack for this. Maybe you're smart. Maybe this can be something that you can pursue more long term. It's also good for the game because there was a Deloitte study which said people who play these games actually watch and enjoy the game even more. So the ecosystem is growing, and to be honest, sports is good. Health is good. What's not good is the addiction to all of this with respect to money. And this is why so many people lose lakhs of rupees, because they lose a little bit of control. Remember, it's just a game, guys. So why aren't these apps banned? Well, first of all, these apps are not betting. They're considered a game of skill because they don't have a binary outcome. They're not saying either this or that. There are multiple combinations that have to be built, which require some skill, and only certain people win. So it's not considered betting by the government. So therefore, the government defines this as a game of skill. And because of this, companies aggressively market this product, and they spent 5,000 crore rupees in FY22. Think about it. 5,000 crores being influenced to you to ask you to play the game because it's damn good. And because there's so much demand, so many people want to play, YouTubers also come into the picture, which create videos talking about their best team, the best team that's possible, the analysis, etc. So people get caught up in this content conundrum where they're learning about new things. Not only this, there are companies, websites where you can pay a subscription fee and get information, paid information, on what is the best combination of a team to be built. So there is so much around to support these players to stay in the game. It's just freaking crazy. And I have to talk about productivity, right? Productivity. See this. I found an interesting thread on Reddit where someone says, I work from home and definitely decreases my productivity in the job. I spend hours and hours during work hours creating my fantasy sport. This is a guy creating fantasy football in the US. And there are a bunch of people below it saying, lol, this is also me. Other people saying that they're spending hours and hours during office just doing this. In fact, it says 96.6% of fantasy football players in the US admit to devoting work hours to their virtual teams. And this amounts to $16 billion of productivity lost. As a founder, I disapprove of this. Very bad. I'm not sure if the same thing is happening in India as well, but at least around me, I can see that a lot of people are interested in it, and it does go into some productive hours. The thing about these apps is, and I'm talking about all of these apps globally, is that they give you the illusion of control, which means they give you data, points, stats, you have strategies online, you have proof, you have numbers, and it feels like you can control the game if you understand it and iterate over your strategy. And because it feels like you are in a game of skill, you feel like at some point you will get so good at it, you can actually earn from it and not just win from it. Once you understand what illusion of control is, maybe you'll find a way to segregate between just enjoying the fantasy sport app if you do so, or just enjoying the game and hopefully never getting addicted to it. If I missed something, please put it in the comments below and say de-influencing army. Let me know what we should do next, and see you in the next episode. We have bloopers coming up too.
Fantasy sport, 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 fantasy sport.
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स चल रहा है एक बॉल ऐसे चले सब जोर से चलो एक बॉल